mugshot certainly isn't shy. Okay, so we know he's here somewhere, but how are we supposed to find him? Mesa City is a big place.
Given that he's a bulldog, it seems only reasonable to assume that he'd choose to live in a giant fire hydrant.
That's some sound logic, Sly. Now you just need to find a way to break into the building's base.
Oh, I'm sure I'll think of something.
Greetings, I'm Solidus-Skully, and welcome back to the Sly Raccoon commentary. Yeah, finally we are infiltrating Mugshot's domain, which is a casino that's been converted into a giant fire hydrant. Because all dogs like fire hydrants! Or at least according to Bentley, anyway. Excuse me. Throat's a bit groggy. Likely from drinking too much grog, cabin! Anyway, that's enough Ratchet and Clank randomness for this part. It is time for more Sylvester Cooper. Yeah, I actually was debating on letting the PA announcements play, but, fuck it. And now, of course, we have, probably another minigame mission. Yeah, it is a minigame.
Okay, so what do I do?
Yeah, excuse me, my throat. Yeah, because this is made in the 2000s, we now have another one of those get to the turret minigames where we have to defend one of our stupidly elaborate AIs defend something. In this case, it's Murray, which a lot of fans of the later Sly games are probably wondering what the hell's going on, since he's supposed to be with all the fisticuffs and the things and the lady with the haven. Well, yeah, in Sly 1, Murray was a little bit of a pussy, and now Sly has to defend him. So again, like any first-person shooter, you aim, you shoot, and you protect Murray from getting his ass paddled. Yo! Not that I'm sure Murray wouldn't mind getting paddled by such hunky men. And a bit of trivia that actually did come to surprise me, because with the lack of anything interesting to talk about with this level, yeah, I apparently heard that in conceptual phases of Sly Cooper, Murray was apparently bisexual. And I know that sounds very outlandish to somebody who doesn't know this, and again, I wasn't really believing this myself. That is until I heard some of the, I don't know if it was E3 or if it was on an early 2001 demo for Sly Raccoon, but yeah. You can hear Murray having somewhat of an exaggerated lisp, because, you know, apparently all bisexual people have an exaggerated lisp. And again, Murray's voice, while he's a little bit more of the generic, cartoony, goofy sort of guy, in the 2001 demo, he was pretty well, "Don't worry, Sly, I'll be behind the wheel." There was this video by a YouTube user named the Discord server, who I believe uploaded this. So, I might link the video if I can remember where to find it, so... excuse me. I don't know if Murray's sexuality has been kept in the games and just goes unmentioned, or if it's something that was just there for the beta game and they didn't really know what to do with it, so they cut it out entirely, but either way, it is still a very interesting point of reference. Yay! I don't know, I mean... it doesn't really come up that much, but... I don't know. It's just one of those weird things I guess they had no purpose for. Anyway, to come into the level itself, as you saw there with the previous death, this level likes to fake you out once or twice. So, only real bits of advice I can really give for this level is... don't get trigger happy. Well, up to a certain point anyway, because there's these machine gun toting dogs which can home in on Murray, which, yeah, can make you a little bit antsy. Jesus, machine gun toting dogs. That's a phrase I never thought I'd find myself saying. But in any case, just keep a steady finger on... just keep a steady finger and you should be okay. That being said though, it is very easy to get quite panicky, and friendly fire is on, so yeah, if you shoot Murray, that's entirely on you. To be honest here, I was really half expecting him to start eating the key. I don't know. I think it would have been funny as a gag reference to just have Murray look up and then go, "Gulp." Well, I don't know. Gag reference, whatever. But again, that's not our... well, we're not finished getting our fill of Murray this season, because now we have another Murray mission coming up soon. But yeah, I mean, as I was mentioning before in Sir Raleigh's area about the whole minigame aspect, I don't find the Murray shooting minigames as bad. I don't know, whether or not this is because of my experience with shooters or whatever, I don't know if that might play a part into that, but yeah, just I don't know, just keep your wits about you. I think it's a lot easier than the bloody crab minigame, and a certain minigame that we'll have coming up in the next area. But again, I still find it to be one of the weaker aspects of the game, but there are some positives to it. In any case, that is our goal to busting through, using that card to get into Mugshot's inner sanctum. As Bentley had pointed out earlier, I do apologise, I'm not quite as energized, but yeah, my throat just got groggy all of a sudden, and now my nose is getting blocked, and when that happens I can't talk as easily, then I have to repeat my phrases, and that just wastes time, and as a result, that wastes mental energy that could be spent delivering decent commentary. There's a lot that goes into it when you're trying to provide something that isn't just reactionary humour. Take this, evil villain! Who according to the Binocucom hates Coopers and Carpers. You got a problem with that, Carper? I apologise for that, I'll probably turn that down.
Murray, what's going on down there?
Well, I drove to this hot dog stand for a quick snack, and the next thing you know, I'm getting challenged to a race by these gangster dogs!
Is there a key in it for the winner?
Yeah, 3 times around the track for a key.
It's all you, man. Drive the van with the left analog stick. And if you manage to pick up any nitro power-ups, you can get a boost by pressing the square button. Go get them!
I'm on it!
And so, because Murray's a fat fuck, now we're in a racing minigame, which is... I'm a little bit half and half on it. I mean, I do think the racing minigames with Murray are a nice change of pace, and honestly, I don't think they're really that bad. But at the same time, though, there is a little bit in the controls which feels a bit janky, for the lack of a better phrase. And I think as a result of that, it can lead to quite a bit of frustration on your first time through. That being said, though, it isn't really the hardest thing in the world, and I don't know, I enjoy this minigame for what it's worth. I don't know, I mean, it's the sort of thing which I think really does kind of play to Murray's skills a little bit more than the shooting minigame. Well, mostly because of the fact that driving the van is pretty much his goal at this point, so, you know, it gives Murray something to do, which is more than I can say for Bentley, really. I mean, again, I know Bentley's the computer expert guy, but for the most part of this game, he's really just sitting up there going, "Yes, you do all the dirty work while I'll sit here in the van!" You know, which makes me even more suspicious that Bentley is conspiring with the Fiendish Five. "No, I'm not, Sly, I'm serious. I'm too nerdy to be evil." Well, we all know that nerds are the most evil things in the universe, because they're so embittered and sucky. And I say this as a nerd. Weird, Doctor Who theme. Okay, fuck it. Anyway, getting back to the main topic at hand. Yeah, only thing I can really say, which pretty much applies to any racing game really, is cut corners and get the nitro boost when you can. And with that, you'll pretty much win the game. Although, that being said, the only real problem with this, and part of why I mentioned the janky controls earlier on, is that the van has a tendency to tip over quite a lot, and again, it won't completely screw you over because the van will flip back onto its side. But at the same time, though, it will slow you down enough for you to get eclipsed by a lot of the other races. So, yeah, don't get slack and just keep on your guard, and before long, victory is ours! Mazel tov. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Yippee-yo, ki-yay. And then we get another one of Murray's bumbling adventures. Whenever this music piece ends, I always get the feeling that I just want to just shrug my shoulders like, "Oh, that Murray! Oh, that Murray! That jumbly, fumbly, fat fuck! Fatty, fat fucker!" But in any case, onwards to greener pastures, and by greener pastures I mean the Boneyard Casino, where I cut out the load time because I'm, well, stingy about hard drive space, as I mentioned earlier. And of course, speaking of the gun-toting machine gun dogs, they're nothing to scoff at. Especially when you attack them, because, yeah, their bullets can home in. You now know what it feels like to be a mook in a video game who has auto-aim on. It's nothing to scoff at. In fact, as you'll see here, yeah, nothing to laugh at. These dogs are fucking dangerous. But in any case, edited for time, and now let's continue on forth into the Boneyard Casino, which brings us to our next bit of delicious Sly Raccoon trivia. The fact that Sunset Snake Eyes is in, you know, pretty much the second Hubbard was meant to be entirely casino-themed. Which, to some degree, It is, but I get the impression that much like with the underwater section in Sir Raleigh's area, Sucker Punch decided to expand the whole world to include a bunch of different areas, as, well, I guess to really prevent the area from feeling stale, which I guess is ultimately part of the reason why Sly 2 and 3, well, and I guess also Sly 4 kind of rubbed me the wrong way in the sense that, you know, while they do have an interconnected world which has a much better tie into the narrative and everything, at the same time, though, I think it does sort of lack the variety that a lot of Sly Raccoon's levels bring in. Because, I mean, with this level alone, you have, you know, the downtown areas that have been torn up by Mugshot's forces, but then you also have the casino theme of this, you have the racing minigames, and, well, I mean, while Sly 2 and 3 are absolutely no strangers to having minigames in their games as well, in Sly Raccoon, it feels more like a breath of fresh air rather than, I guess, in some of the later Sly games where it feels like, I don't want to say it was arbitrary because it does tie into the plot, but I don't know, some are clearly better than others, and it's, I don't know. I'd probably have to give Sly 2 and 3 a bit of a replay to really get my thoughts going, but I don't know, something about them just rubbed me the wrong way that I can't really adequately describe, well, at least for the moment anyway. I suppose maybe if I get to it in a later part, though, that would be incredibly unlikely because I am in the process of getting Metal Gear Solid all done and dusted for Christmas. Well, Jesus Christ, I've only done 2 reviews this year, Fear and Metal Gear Solid, two games of which I doubt anybody really cares about, but whatever. I'm not just the platformer guy or the Sonic guy, I am multifaceted, goddammit, as you can probably tell with the Doctor Who reviews that I released. What does this have to do to Sly? Nothing much, really, but then again, this level doesn't really have a lot to it, although it does have a few design elements that I'm guessing probably would have been pasted throughout other certain levels, but in a nutshell, the only real thing I can say is that this level can be deceptively tricky at times. Well, the only real thing of which being the enemies that they have pasted over, but even then, you know, if you keep your wits about you and don't suck at stealth games like I do, you should be get out pretty much okay. That being said, though, it's also a great way to farm some coins, so if you're looking for some lucky charms, this level is pretty much your go-to bet. I mean, not only for the coin dispenser you've seen just before with, you know, some of the clue bottles as well, but in terms of just for how many breakable objects there are, and just, I don't know, how many coins you can suck out of them. Look at all that. Yeah, you don't need to gamble for that. Oh, by the way, little known fact that I see a lot of people, well, including myself, missing from time to time. You see Mugshot's legs over there? You wouldn't think it possible, but if you strike that, you can get a shitload of coins. I don't know, I find it pretty cool, and speaking of coins, because I'm just obsessed with money in this part, as you could, well, I'm not sure if you could probably tell before, but they do change depending upon what part of the world you're in. Because I believe in the initial, in Sir Raleigh's section, they had, I think, his face on them, whereas here, I think they have the American dollar sign on it. And that also brings me to a curious part of the Sly Cooper, some of the original content for it, was that initially, alongside coins, there was supposed to be stacks of cash, which was meant to jump into Sly's pocket. And the reason for its removal, I don't remember why, but that means, and the coins were initially going to be like more of a universal thing, which had Sly's face on it, which, again, is very interesting, and I can see why they cut that out, probably because of the fact that, well, you know, Sly's a renowned criminal, so why the hell does he have money with his face on it? I don't know, I'd like the currency to be Sly dollars. That'll be 55 Sly dollars, please, plus tip. What a chip! And you also have these roulette wheels, which will come into play, well, for only one particular thing, and never again! Because Sucker Punch have more sense in them to create more levels than just casino theme. All in all, though, I don't really find this level to be too bad. It's just sort of, I don't know. It's just sort of middle of the road, really. Excuse me. Then again, I don't know whether or not that's because I have a preference for the more downturned urban areas. Although that being said, I do really like the electrified water theme to it. Looks really cool, although I guess in terms of casino levels in games, the only one that I think really gravitated towards me was, it's either, oh fuck, what was this? It's either Casinopolis from Sonic Adventure, or the casino theme from Destroy All Humans, Path of the Furon. Actually, speaking of which, I should probably get around to reviewing another Destroy All Humans games at some point. It's been far too long, and I really love my review of the original game. God damn. Sorry. Anyway, now that we've got all the clues, it is time to press the circle to enter the vault code. If I remember correctly, I think the upgrade we get here is another example of the Cooper family's questionable lineage.
Okay, this page is from your hyperactive ancestor B.F. Cooper. He discovered a way to speed up the clock. Perfect for those long stakeouts. Just hold down the triangle button to use it.
Okay, so apparently Buttfucker Cooper had the ability to speed up time. Again, are these thieves or fucking Time Lords here? Honestly, it makes you... it's no wonder these creatures were master thieves. They had the ability to bend space and time at their will. Sly Cooper is from Gallifrey. I wouldn't be surprised if he's a Time Lord who could regenerate. Bad theory, though. Sly Cooper regenerates into his ancestors. Unbeknownst to everybody else, that's why his memories were all fuzzied up. He used the chameleon art to turn himself into a raccoon, even though that's what he was all along. Actually, could Time Lords regenerate into animals? I think that might have been a thing in the novels, or possibly a Big Finish audio? Yeah, I forget. But in any case, this is the only time the roulette gimmick really comes into play. Oops. Yeah, this is where you're meant to use the slow down power-up to really help you, but if you know how to time your jumps, you can get it done just fine. Oh my god, this part was terrible. Well, it's mostly for my coughing, man. The fact that my nose is getting blocked, and the fact that it makes me go I'll be able to talk, which really sucks, because these were some of my favourite levels, and I completely pissed all over them. Then again, I hope you enjoy some of my incoherent ramblings, and I hopefully could glean some sort of valuable information out of them, but again, we are all out of time for this week, so next week we're going to have some more antics inside Mugshot's palatial estate, and by that I mean his fire hydrant. I'm Solidus-Skully, keep it new metal, and I'll see you next time on the Sly Raccoon commentary. Bye-bye.